Hello everyone, my name is Akshay Sharma and welcome to our channel One Step Up Automation. I've written an article before and it is about how to generate external report with SOAPUI. And this article grabbed so much attention and many of you are being asking that how this needs to be configured and how this needs to be set up actually. So all those steps and everything are added to this article. I'll add this link to the description of this video and how to generate this extent report. Basically, this will generate the project level execution report, test suite level extent report, and the test runner listeners. So basically, we can generate a project level report, test suite level report, and test case level reporting from this, and it leverages the functionality which is extended by SOAPUI for generating using the listener capabilities which is exposed by SOAPUI. So we can use project run listener, test suite run listener, and test run listener. In order to configure it, we don't have to do actually much because all the generated jar files are already in place. You just have to copy that jar file and the listener XML files to the folder, SOAPUI installation folder, and they should basically work. Let's go ahead. I'll go to this Git repository and I'll download the jar file. I'll go to releases, and then in releases the only release which is currently there is this one. So I'll go ahead and download the jar file, and I also would be needing the XML file. What I'll do is I'll go and basically download the zip file of this Git repository. Okay, now we have both these files. This is the project file which I have downloaded. This is a jar file which I have downloaded from the releases branch. The releases, I've downloaded this jar file from the releases. The first, the current release which is there, which is published is 3.0, and I would be setting this up in the latest version of SOAPUI. I don't have SOAPUI installed in my machine. If I'll go to control panel, you can see, and go to uninstall a program, you can see that SOAPUI is not installed. SOAPUI Pro is there, but SOAPUI version 6, the open source version, is not yet installed. So let's go ahead and install that first. I'll not open this as of now. Now the next configuration, what we have to do is I'll go to this the Git project which we have downloaded. I'll extract this, go here, and then go to this listener XML and copy this listener XML and go to the installation folder of SmartBear where my SOAPUI is installed. So this is the current version. This is installed on 8th of August, that's today. I'll go to SOAPUI and go to bin, and then we have got a listeners folder. I'll paste this up here. But we need the admin permission for this. So if you're working in a MNC or a organization where you don't have an admin privileges to your laptop, you need to get the admin privileges for at least SOAPUI folder in order to paste the listener XML and the jar file. We'll again navigate to the folder, so listener.xml. Then again I'll go to the jar file, and I'll select the jar file, and then again navigate to the same folder, the program files, SmartBear, SOAPUI, bin, ext, and I'll paste it here. Yes, that's the only configuration what we have to do. Now I'll open SOAPUI. I'll show you first with the exact project what is there, which I am using currently. So we'll be using this project. We'll be using the same project. Close this one. I'll close. I'll remove this project as well. So we'll be using the same project. First I'll show you with the same project. So this is on my desktop. So I'll import this project and open the folder. This is the sample project which I have given with the repository, and here I've created a virtual service. I just have to start the virtual service. Now you can see that this project basically exists on the desktop downloads folder, right? So if you can see this folder, basically the project which is here is existing on this path. Okay, I haven't created any folder. I just pasted a jar file and a listeners XML. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and click on this play button, and then you can see that quite few test cases were failed, but at the end you can see that the reports folder is generated at 2:29, which is the current time. And if I'll go ahead and click on this, you can see a XML file is generated. Now you can see the failure reasons as well. My first test case is failed because of an SLA exception. So this is the SLA exception, which is why it is failed. Now let's see why this is failed. It gives that SLA exception, but actually, okay, good. Okay, I got this. So why this is failed? I will configure this one as well. This is a data-driven test case. We just have to update the path of the Excel sheet. That's the reason the data source does not work. We'll configure that one. The second one is failed because of an assertion. I've added an assertion of test, and which is not found in the response. That's the reason it is there. The endpoint is here added. The past test case, yes, we have a past test case as well, and all the endpoints are updated. And we'll check on the API. And for the failed reason, for the property transfer, it doesn't work. Then database validation, it does not able to connect to the server. Then for the performance one, it actually passed successfully. If you'll see here, you can see that it is categorized. All the test keys are categorized into REST. This is the REST project. So it's a SOAP project, and then it's a JDBC test. And if you'll see that for everyone, I've added the author. This is the additional feature what I have added. So if you'll go back and see that for the one author, the test case, the test app name is this one. So if I'll go back to the TestSuite, you can see that the author name is Akshay Sharma, which is added, right? For any other TestSuite, it is not there. So that's the reason it is not added for any other TestSuite. Now let's go ahead and quickly add one more category for author, and now here I'll name it as James. And we'll also save this project, and I'll close this one window. And then again, the configuration what we were missing there is this one. So here, as of now, I've given the path of where my Excel sheet was saved, right? Here this Excel sheet is saved at this location, sample data Excel sheet, and I'll copy this path and I'll paste this path here. Again, I need to add few forward slashes in order to make this work. So yes, now this is the final one. Yes, I'll again click on this and close this one. Project is saved now. Now again, we're going to execute this one again. I'll clear the logs and then I'll execute this. Yes. Okay, now my TestSuite is completed execution. If I go to reports _ old, and then you can see the older report, the previous execution report, which is executed at 2:29, which is now archived. If I'll go to reports, you'll see that 2:32, which is now it is generated a report. And then you can see that for this, the author name is tagged as James. Again, if I'll go to here, you can see that for the first TestSuite, the author, which is who executed or who created this TestSuite, is Akshay Sharma, and the other one is James, who have created this TestSuite. Again, this is categorized, the category which is all added. Now you can see that my data-driven test case is passed because all the assertions are getting passed in all the data, which is now are doing a data-driven testing here. And if you'll go to the dashboard window, you can see that from which author how many test cases are passed. So for James, all 100 test cases passed. For Akshay Sharma, 1 test case was failed, and what is the pass percentage. Now from the tag perspective also, rest have 2 test cases, 1 is failed and 1 is passed. 2 test cases are passed actually, 1 is failed. Now JDBC, one test case is failed, SOAP, one test case is failed, and you can see all the default configuration here. So this is how you can configure the extend report with SOAPUI, and it also have support for data-driven testing. I'll not say this is a full-fledged support, but actually you can use it to perform the testing with multiple set of data. That's all for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you.